They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see, the Stallions taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bullock. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Stallions offense will have the football first. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for his senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do so.
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake is going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wants to go up top. Gone over the middle. It's Williams. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man downfield. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Here's a heat. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Really kind of a Jekyll and Hyde opening drive here for the defense in the game. They've given up some yards and they've given up some big plays, but they've also got 2 sacks now already, so a little bit of back and forth. I think you're looking for a little bit more consistency from this defense now as the game develops.
Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Gives it on the option. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll pick up a first without scoring. Calls his own number. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Gamecocks offense has the ball for the first time. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
The option look. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Turning it on. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Gamecock. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well. It is virtually impossible.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. And now the offense will come onto the field again. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. Going to the ground. Quick spin on the line. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Williams. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. And the Stallions come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you...
Oh, he's got some space. Lowers those pads. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him one to the 23.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's blocking run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that tag.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Just drives it between the uprights. That brings them to within 1. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Boston College will need to mount a comeback, but these fans remember when Zay Flowers earned All-America honors. They know this game is not over. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Virginia Tech. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Out of bounds at the 33, but not before the big pickup for the ground game. And the Gamecocks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Might be changing the route. Looking downfield on 1st down. He lets it fly. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They've settled for field goals on each of their last 2 drives, and if they want to win this thing, they better find a way to get it into the end zone. Makes the grab. It's Williams. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Stallions decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He takes it at the 45. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. on the option. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
Stop is made at the 35-yard line. A 5-yard gain there, and it's a first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've sent the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
Going to swing it on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Rides the back and leaves it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. There's the pressure. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Stallions will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Hard running there. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. The Stallions will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. And the Gamecocks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Hogs it downfield. Grabbed in the middle. It's Green. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And how nice is it, David, on 3rd down to have a viable option motion running routes out of your backfield. That's why this running back is so valuable to this offense.
Yeah, and what matchup do I want to play? I want to play matchups where I have the advantage. I got a speed matchup of a linebacker versus a running back. Nice route, looking like he's going outside, cuts it in. Nice timing and rhythm with the quarterback. Nice third down conversion.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able...
There he goes! Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see.
Touchdown, South Carolina! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. They'll go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Second and 10, he'll throw again. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down, get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He stopped at the 15, not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if they're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on fourth.
He'll return it from the 50. Can they catch it? They will get it. It's a touchdown.
And what a nice job by the punt returner. First thing he does, secures the catch, and you can tell they set up the return. He reads his blocks really well, turns on the afterburners all the way to the end zone. Special teams coming up with a huge play.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Boston College will need to mount a comeback, but these fans remember when Zay Flowers earned All-America honors. They know this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia Tech. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
The hand to the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
He'll pull it on the read. And he's brought down after a nice game.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with it.
Touchdown, Gamecock! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's been more of the same in the second half of this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 35-6. On the move from inside is 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Looking for a man, it's Grimes. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Stallions send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Just plowing ahead. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
Everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop it.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Gives it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
It'll be 3rd and long. To the air, it's Grimes. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's picked off and another empty drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Motion from the back. They'll go to the ground. Thrust that arm out. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Wide open downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the tight end. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, South Carolina.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what they've seen on both sides of the ball today.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the neck.
And down he goes back at the 3.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
The Stallions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the running back. Didn't find much room. He'll pick up a couple out to the 5.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
You wonder about that play call on 3rd and long, maybe just trying to get themselves a little bit more real estate, but it didn't fool the defense. They create another negative play, now deep in the opponent's territory. The defense has just been dominant on this drive.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And there he goes. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, Billy. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
They'll run it on third and goal. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Well, with a huge lead, interesting decision. Are you going to try to pad it with a field goal, or do you want to stay aggressive, David?
And what's nice is you got this big lead, so it really doesn't matter whichever you choose, but you can grab the points, or you can go to try to put this nail in the coffin.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, South Carolina.
So you might expect to see victory formation. Instead, you will see a field goal attempt. And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great